After the death of their mother, a brother and sister knew no peace. Their stepmother, a cruel and heartless woman, treated them with harshness every day. She beat them without mercy, pushed them aside when they came near her, and fed them nothing but hard crusts of leftover bread. Even the dog beneath the table was treated better, receiving good morsels now and then, while the children went hungry. One evening, the brother took his sister by the hand and said, "Since our mother died, we have known no happy days. Our stepmother torments us daily, and we suffer hunger and fear. If our mother could see us now, her heart would break. Come, dear sister, let us leave this house and go out into the wide world together." The sister agreed, and before dawn they slipped away quietly. All day long they wandered through fields and meadows, over stony paths, and into lonely places. When rain began to fall, the sister sighed and said, "The heavens weep with us." By evening they reached a great forest, and being exhausted with hunger and travel, they climbed into a tall tree and fell asleep among the branches. When morning came, the sun stood high in the sky and shone warmly through the leaves. The brother awoke feeling faint and said, "Sister, I am terribly thirsty. If only we could find a brook, for I think I hear water flowing nearby." He climbed down from the tree and led his sister deeper into the forest. But their stepmother was not only cruel, she was a witch. She knew the children had escaped and followed them secretly through the forest, moving with dark magic. Fearing their freedom, she placed a spell on every brook in the woods. Soon the children found a clear little stream flowing over smooth pebbles. The brother bent down to drink, but the sister heard the water whisper, "Who drinks of me shall be a tiger." Alarmed, she cried, "Do not drink! Dear brother, you will become a wild beast and tear me apart." Though parched with thirst, the brother listened and stepped back. They walked on until they reached a second brook. Again the brother knelt to drink, but the sister heard the rushing water say, "Who drinks of me shall be a wolf." She begged him once more to stop, warning that he would turn into a wolf and devour her. The brother restrained himself again, though his suffering grew. At last they came to a third brook. The sister heard it murmur, "Who drinks of me shall become a fawn." She pleaded desperately, but the brother could bear no more. He had already stooped to drink, and as the water touched his lips, he was transformed into a young fawn. The sister fell to the ground in grief, weeping bitterly for her lost brother. The fawn wept too and stayed close beside her. Gathering her courage, the sister embraced him and said, "Be comforted, dear fawn. I will never leave you." She untied her golden girdle and fastened it gently around his neck, then braided a soft cord of rushes and led him deeper into the forest. After a long journey, they came upon a small, empty house hidden among the trees. The sister decided they could live there. She made a soft bed of moss and leaves for the fawn, gathered berries, roots, and nuts for herself, and fresh grass for him. The fawn ate from her hand and played joyfully around her. At night, after saying her prayers, the sister laid her head upon the fawn's back and slept peacefully. It would have been a perfect life had the brother only been human again. They lived quietly in the wilderness for a long time. One day, the king of the land came hunting in the forest. The sound of horns and barking dogs echoed through the trees. The fawn, stirred by excitement, begged his sister to let him join the hunt. Though fearful, she finally agreed, warning him to return at night and speak the words, "Little sister, let me in," so she would know him. The fawn ran joyfully into the forest. The king and his hunters saw the beautiful creature with the golden collar and pursued him, but he was swift and always escaped. At night, he returned safely to the little house. The next day, the hunt began again, and again the fawn joined it. This time, a hunter wounded his foot slightly, and the fawn limped back home. A hunter followed him and discovered the little house and the secret words. He reported all to the king. The sister tended the fawn's wound with care, but when the horns sounded again the next day, the fawn could not resist. Though the sister wept in fear, she let him go. The king ordered his men not to harm the fawn, and followed him at sunset to the hidden house. Knocking at the door, the king called out, "Little sister, let me in." The door opened, and the king saw a maiden of extraordinary beauty. He spoke kindly and asked her to come with him to his castle and become his wife. She agreed, on one condition, the fawn must remain with her. The king promised this gladly. They were married with great celebration, and the sister became queen. The fawn was cherished and roamed freely in the castle gardens. But the wicked stepmother, believing the children long dead, learned of their happiness and burned with envy. With her one-eyed ugly daughter, she plotted revenge. When the queen gave birth to a son, the witch disguised herself as a servant and tricked the queen into a bath, where she suffocated her. She placed her own daughter in the queen's bed, hiding the missing eye. The king was deceived, but each night, the true queen returned in spirit to nurse her child and visit the fawn. At last, the king witnessed this miracle. By heaven's grace, the queen was restored to life. The witch and her daughter were punished, and when the witch burned, her spell was broken. The fawn became human once more, and brother and sister lived happily together for the rest of their days. If you liked this video, please make a comment and like it, so we can make more videos like this.